movers. We are supported by Team 17, an indie developer and publisher, and have kindly provided us with our awesome grand prize. They recently announced their tactical diesel punk looter shooter Marauders. Check out their website at team17.com for their full roster. Now there's no time to explain, so it's over to Ariel.
Hi, again. This time I'm accompanied by SmartAlec24.
Hi, that's me.
That's him.
Yes.
So this is No Time to Explain Remastered. Ironically, there is a tiny bit of time to explain how the game works or anything, so during the game. So I'm just gonna proceed, if that's okay. And yeah, I'm gonna start the countdown. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so No Time to Explain. The main premise: a guy, yourself from the future, comes in, says there's no time to explain, and then gets captured by a giant crab. That's the story.
Yep.
The main form of movement, we have our beam that is really huge and can propel us everywhere we need to.
It's your main movement option in this game. You're gonna see that a lot.
Yes, it's... Without it, there would be no game, honestly. Like, this is what makes the game the game.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool things you can do with it too. If you can just kind of get used to the physics and memorize the levels, I mean, this game can go really fast.
Yep. And we're gonna enter our first boss here. Shooting the rockets, that's pretty much it. We don't really have that much else to do yet.
Normally after bosses there are cutscenes, but you can select a level right after you beat a boss and it'll skip that cutscene because we don't have time to explain the story.
That's right. So another thing, I kinda don't know if I messed it up, I don't think so. But basically, if you point the beam downwards, obviously you can propel upwards. You can also bounce from some things that would kill you normally. And one of them is this crab, where if you just start at the right time, you can just stay here forever. Until it's dead.
Strategy.
So anyways, we killed it. And we did select level instead of continuing because the cutscene is very long. So now
we don't have time to explain.
Exactly. So yeah, now it's a shark. Don't ask. It is just a shark now. We can break blocks that they won't respawn, by the way, so there are some times where you have to restart the level straight up because you messed up. So yeah.
If I remember correctly, this game is fairly lenient. If you mess up, like you can just try again.
Yeah. It's very similar to, for example, VVVVVV, if any of you have played it, where like, except instead of actual checkpoints you just saw there, you just go back to the last ground you stood on. And there are some shortcuts like that one, where you can just get over everything, and that's it.
Yeah.
So now, new form of movement. We ditch the beam for a sec, and we have a shotgun. So shotgun works just like you would expect. I missed that jump. There you go. You just shoot wherever you need to, and you get launched on the opposite direction. There will be multiple weapons like that, where they change things a bit. But it's usually the beam, anywhere.
It's too good. It's pretty useful, yeah.
Nice, got that first try. That one can be difficult. And speaking of difficult, this is low-key one of the most difficult ropes in the game. I still, to this day, have no idea how to do it consistently. Come on. There you go. Okay, that took a while, but we're fine.
Got through it.
Wow,
yeah,
that's
a lot of this game is...
that's a death I've never had before.
Yeah, a lot of this game is mostly just, memorizing the levels and, standing in specific positions and, of course, aiming properly. Just, if you can do all of that and just know where to go, this game can go really fast.
Yes.
It's just kind of getting used to the physics and getting used to aiming around and all that.
Oh, Been a while since I've died there, but sure.
I must eat my way out. Oh, God.
So yeah, water physics. Am I right?
There's a lot of good dialogue in this game, by the way.
Yes, there is. If you haven't seen the cutscenes, you should. It's amazing.
I don't have medical insurance.
Poor guy doesn't have medical insurance and he's being eaten alive by a shark. Okay, so now, second boss. The actual shark. Gotta hit the tail. And okay, that's good. Plot twist. The shark is also an octopus.
I hate it when I'm fighting a shark and all of a sudden it becomes an octopus.
I know, it's the worst. Every Thursday.
Yeah.
Also, you won't see it here, but there's a button
same
specifically
with all the bosses,
designated
for them,
to
but
dance.
If you select level, you can...
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a button designated to dance in this game. You won't see it, ever, but it is there. It literally changes nothing. It's just there. So
Those
here
are
we
the best
are.
kinds of buttons, though.
Here we are in the spaceship, mothership, whatever. There are these launchers. That wouldn't you know, they launch you. I know, surprising. You can influence your trajectory a little bit by shooting the beam and whatever, which is pretty much necessary. But yeah, here we have these things. I don't really know what they are. They just suck you in, and that's it. I don't know. They kill you if you get to the origin spot, which is weird.
Yeah, I would explain that, but there's no time to explain.
I mean, there kinda is, but whatever.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just a feature.
It's the joke.
Yeah.
But yeah, so far we're just getting here. Oh wow, okay, I died there.
Yeah,
Stop game?
Yeah, most of the movement stuff in this game is, kind of similar. There's some, of course, there's going to be new things like those things like sucking you in and pushing you around those launchers, but overall, I mean,
Yeah.
pretty consistent throughout.
Also, yeah, those blocks that rotate the entire room, that is the only one we'll do in this world. We're going to skip the other ones, because you can do that with good movement. Oh, I missed that, okay. So yeah, you can go further up if you're going up a ramp. So you just need a single tile for it, and sometimes that lets you skip things. Anyway, here's the third boss, the worst boss of the entire game. I hate it.
Good luck.
So this is a ball, a sphere. We in the community call it just the disco ball. You can pretty much see I'm not pointing to where I'm actually shooting. That is because those things in the air distort your trajectory, and I'm not a geometry expert and I don't know where to point most of the time. And also, all these falling things are completely RNG. I already died once for it, yeah. On boss fights, you get 3 lives, so it's not too bad. Okay, there you go. Took a while, but we're there.
Yep. Got through it. Yeah, that can be tough if you don't understand the mechanics of that one.
Yeah. So, now we're in a shoot 'em up.
What the hell is this? You better explain where all this is going. And who's this guy?
You gotta have your
And
shmup
what happened
section.
to the giant crabs?
Roger, Dodger.
Yeah, so that dialogue there, it's pretty much how I feel about this. What even is this? What is happening? So yeah, there's just a shoot 'em up. We gotta shoot some robot dinosaurs, because why not?
Yeah.
Also one of the best songs in the game. So you can just stay here in the corner and you will dodge these ships. I don't know why you can dodge them like that, but you sure can. Anyway, here's the head of a Triceratops shooting missiles at me. And it's dead.
GG.
Very hard, yeah. Can't shoot these ships, I wish you could, but no. Okay, so now we're gonna leave our corner, because now we are fighting two dinosaurs running away on a dinosaur that are also launching missiles at me.
That's pretty normal, you know?
And suddenly one of them is a god. And we're playing Toho, I guess, now. And it's dead. We killed God. GG.
Yeah, nice. There's still more game left, though. How can there be something stronger than a god?
What about a cave?
Oh.
So yeah, this is the next world. We're on the ground, we're in a cave. It's actually, this is one of the worlds that's actually pretty difficult to do fast. Okay, so let me explain what fire does. So, whenever you get on fire, two invisible timers start. One of them, once it ends, the next time you touch the ground, you die. And the other one, oh, I touched the water there for like a pixel, oops. And the other one, which is a little bit longer, which is if you somehow don't touch the ground ever, you still die, it doesn't matter where you are. But it takes a little bit longer. So maybe it's just enough to reach the portal, or whatever. And of course, if you touch water, all the timers reset and you're no longer on fire. And yeah, that's pretty much how this level works. These spikes that like go on and off are the worst because they have the weirdest hitbox I've ever seen. And also, okay, I didn't burn the wood there, I guess. I don't know how I'm alive, but I am.
We take those.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the only reason of why we need the fire is to burn the wood. If there was no wood, we wouldn't have a reason to use fire at all. But yeah. So far, very well. So this room right here, I'm gonna try to not burn the wood. I burned the wood. Oh well. It just makes things a little bit... please just land on the platform. Thank you. This makes things a little bit harder, but not impossible. Never mind, they're impossible now, apparently. There you go. No, never mind.
There you go. Oh.
I can't do this, apparently. There you go. Took a while.
That's it.
Yeah. We're gonna start with the boss really soon. So what's the boss of a cave? Raccoon slash mole slash whatever that has drills on every orifice of his body. I guess. So, every 3 attacks, he's supposed to like start making rocks appear from the ceiling, but if you go into one of the holes, it tries to chase you there, and the attack doesn't happen. Also, yeah, death battle laser or whatever. Okay, now we do the exact same thing again, but this time there's lava. And the only thing that actually matters for is this attack about the rocks, because we can't get into the hole anymore, so we can't skip this attack. But everything else is just the same. And I pressed workshop instead of select level. Let's go.
Nice. That's yeah. That's
Let's play some user
not what
bait
you want.
levels.
Yeah.
Next universe, we're changing things a bit again. This is possibly my least favorite because there's a specific room that's really hard for no reason. But yeah, now we're gonna drag ourselves into the cursor.
Yeah, so that's sort of the gimmick in this world is like a lot of the walls can hurt you and you've got to pay attention to your physics and, you know,
Yeah.
be careful about where you're clicking to drag yourself.
Yeah, hitboxes don't help either because they are really bad in this world.
Yeah.
And we're gonna see that in this room. It's the worst room ever, and I did it second try. Wow. Okay, sure.
Oh, cool. Nice.
And yeah, those blue squares where you can't use your cursor there. That would be a lot more difficult if you couldn't point at the walls themselves for some reason. Pretty sure they didn't even think about that, but yeah, you can.
Whatever you gotta do. I mean,
Yeah, this is... please, thank you. But yeah, we're done with this part. Very short, but it can go very badly, so I'm happy.
yeah, that's one of those worlds where it can go very wrong very quickly.
So again, we're skipping the cutscene. Time for the next dimension. What's the gimmick gonna be? We're gonna become fat. That's it.
Welcome to No Time to Explain Remastered, everybody.
Yeah, where there is literally no time to explain anything. Anyways, every time we eat a cake, we become fat, and now we can roll on hills to destroy blocks. We need enough speed to actually destroy blocks, so just being there doesn't work.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta roll down a slope and bust them up.
Yep. But this is also the world with the most quote-unquote skips in the run. So here's one of them, if I can do it. Not quite. I can try again, though. Not quite. I can try again, though. Oh, come on. How did that one not break? Okay, now I'm mad. Come on. There you go. Took a while. That was probably slower than not doing it, but... You're normally supposed to go up and get the other cake and then fall from there. But, you know... Speedrunning, I guess.
Yeah, a marathon run, there's always something that just you can't explain. You're just like, what?
Yep. So
I
this
wasn't
is one
trying
of
to make a pun.
this is one of the skips. We just turn the level around and we fall to our goal because we can. And here you're supposed to like solve a puzzle or something. We just don't care. Oh my god, how am I alive and what even happened there? And here, we just fall into the goal. Like, there's supposed to be like a whole puzzle going on there, but whatever. We don't care. So here's the next boss. We gotta roll into the button, and then the ceiling opens and we can hit it.
shoot him.
Yeah. So the thing is, normally once you push the button, you like bounce back to the ground, and you have to be quick into actually. How did that even hit me? And you have to go back quickly into the ceiling, so you know you're gonna actually hit things. However, if you shoot a tiny bit before you actually launch, you can push the button and then be on the ground to get back into the machine much earlier, making things much faster. So now, stomach acid. I know you might be thinking, how did we go from one side to the other? Don't ask.
There's no time to explain.
Exactly.
So yeah, so I think the acid is kind of similar to the fire, but with a couple little
yes.
changes.
So
yeah,
it has the same 2 timers. I'm pretty sure they're even the same length. But instead of using it to burn wood, you use it to launch yourself upwards. And combine that with the beam, and you can get some pretty big height.
and I think falling in water will still get rid of the acid.
Yes.
For you. Yeah.
Oh, I missed that. Thank you. So, another thing, these white blocks that you have probably seen, these, I guess they're trying to be like bone or something, because we're technically inside ourselves now.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah.
But the gist of it is, if you shoot them, they spawn spikes, and that is not reversible. So if you mess up hitting one block that like doesn't make you continue, you pretty much have to restart the entire level.
Basically, you're committed if you hit those white blocks.
Okay, so we're in the boss. We hit the shield, and we hit him. And that's the entire boss.
And if you get hit with acid, just get in the water and then keep going.
Again, with the beam, we can just bounce on him.
I'd say he's not one of the more complicated bosses, but you can't sleep on him either.
Yeah, it takes a while to practice and to actually get good at it, but, you know. Okay, so now we're into the art universe. As you can easily tell, everything is invisible until you shoot at it with paint.
And then you can see.
Hopefully I remember the levels, and hopefully I won't get stuck wondering where the goal even is.
Yeah, when I mentioned memorizing the levels and navigating that way, this world, that is especially true.
I mean, with some context clues, we can see it anyways. Like for example, the crab. I remember the crab is get on the border here, and then go over this wall.
Yeah, and like you'll see some random characters and spikes, so you can kind of get an idea of where some of the platforms and walls are, but you can't see all of them until you start shooting.
Oops. Also, classical music. Because why not?
Why not? It's the art world, so yeah.
So here we have to go like this. There you go, over that. This is also a pretty short world, at least. Not that many things. And yeah. This is actually a really good run so far. So yeah, this is just... There are 2 more rooms, I'm pretty sure, about on the art world. And then we're going into one of my favorite and least favorite worlds in the game. Like, the mechanic itself is good and it's fun, but then there are some levels that absolutely suck. So like...
Yeah, like the mechanic is cool, but then it's just a really tough world as well.
Yeah. Anyways, we destroy a building, and remember everyone, corporations are the real end boss. But most importantly, like us on Facebook.
Like us on Facebook.
Anyway, so now we're an evil clone. Not evil clone, actually. Rejected clone of ourselves. And our main form of movement is a slingshot. That sounds very good. Until you realize some of the angles you have to do are very weird. Like that one. There you go. Took a bit.
It's easier on paper, and then you start doing it, and it's not that simple.
Definitely. So I don't think the developers actually intended you to like be able to. I mean, they clearly intended it for you to be able to slingshot in midair. But then there's this room where it makes me think that they wanted you to go from wall to wall, but you can just keep going upwards. Like, I don't know, it's weird. Okay, that went actually really well. So, add scroller, but also RNG. So this boss, the terrain is entirely generated, randomly generated, and your goal is to get some of the mines into the boss. However, if those mines appear, that's random. When those mines appear, are random. If you fall like I just did, whether you can come back sooner or later, that's random.
Yeah, so RNG, the auto-scroller, that's literally a speedrunner's worst nightmare.
Yes. Okay, I got those mines at least. There's another layer below. Hopefully I won't fall, and we won't see it.
This is ridiculous!
Yeah, unfortunately there's not a whole lot you can do except just pray and don't die.
Pretty much, and I missed the final shot there. Come on, you're doing some good RNG. That is not good RNG. I literally couldn't land. Come on. There you go. Okay, that's the boss done, at least.
There you go.
So now we're into the final thing. Final world. This is a very quick run. So, there you go. Now, the logic was, oh, he's too high up to get. We need 2 guns. Cool. That means we gotta fuse 2 people together, apparently. So yeah, now we have 2 guns. We have a normal beam, and we have a shotgun. And with that, we can get some really good height.
Yeah, the shotgun is definitely going to be helpful for getting some extra altitude in certain sections. So it's nice to have 2 guns here.
Yep, not only extra altitude, but it can change our direction immediately. So like for sharp turns or something like that, it's really helpful.
Yeah. It's easier to just aim the shotgun and shoot that than it is to try to navigate with just the beam. And
Exactly.
plus it's going to be way faster as well, so yeah.
Just like this, we're just gonna fall and shoot at the right moment and we're there. This is one of... It's funny because it's one of the easiest, but it also has this room specifically, which is terrible, and I don't know why it exists.
Maybe to balance it out, maybe? I don't know.
I guess.
They're like, hey, these levels are a little bit too easy. Let's put a really hard one. Just
Yeah, so
Alright.
this room is terrible, again. I am actually pretty lucky to have gotten the checkpoint there. Because again, if you don't land on the ground, you're back at the very beginning. So now we're gonna get into the final boss, actually. Yeah, this game went fast, huh?
Yeah.
So the final boss is completely RNG. If I see the boss going upwards, which I just did, I reset the level right away, because it's not worth it trying to chase him around. And he did it a second time, okay. So this is the choke point, like the run in there, just the final boss. Oh, don't go up there. Oh, come on, whatever, reset. As you can see, like, even if you break the shield, if you don't shoot him for a long amount of time, the shield will come back. And that's not something you want. And also, this is something I wish was avoided, because it takes a long time, but whatever, at least we went out of phase 1 for once. So phase 2 is the exact same thing with a different layout. Okay, we have to do another one of these. Oh well. You can see how long it takes. You can burn the final boss without doing this, but sometimes it's just RNG won't let you.
Yeah. I mean, it does make sense that he's the final boss who can kind of mess up your run.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure this will be the last time, so that means time is soon. Time is when the cutscene appears, which is now. Time.
GG.
GG.
And that's it. Enjoy the credits, I guess.
Do they explain the game?
Not really, but they're also the funniest end cutscene. One of the best I've ever seen because it's so random. But yeah, this has been No Time to Explain Remastered. Great speed game, great game in general, and we have a very small yet really helpful community. So shoutouts real quick to War Drums Gaming for inadvertently making me play this game. And yeah, pretty sure that is pretty much it.
The time was a 29:44.
That's really good RTA. That's actually really good RTA. Okay.
Cool. Yeah. Well, if that is it, we're going to go to a brief intermission, and after that, we're going to have Goat Simulator by Recount. We'll see you in a bit.
Yeah, stay around for that. This is the ending, by the way. The crab